Hello, Groove Nation. David Lemon here for another amazing Q&A for you guys. So I answer your questions, whatever you have in regards to Groove, the products, how to set up the products, how to basically use the software and the platforms. I'm here for you to answer all of your questions. So this is the plan. On our Q&As, as some of you already attended. If I can ask you please just to include a queue in front of your question so I can answer it for you. There's a lot of times people answering each other's questions and just assisting each other and sharing links and things like that. I would appreciate in case you have a question that you actually put a little queue in front so I know that that is meant for me. We're getting people on slowly. They are jumping in. In case you are here, welcome. Feel free to jump into the comment section and just say hi. David, I'm watching. I'm actually following. There he is. Rob is here saying what's up, David. I'm good, Rob. I hope you are doing fine as well. We are getting more and more people on. That makes me super happy. We do have a couple of questions from a couple of people in the Facebook group. We're going to answer those first, and then we'll jump over to the questions that you have to ask. Kevin Jacobson is here watching us, saying hi, David. Hi, Kevin. It's good to have you here. Walk us through, saying hi, David. And there is a question. We'll get to answer your question shortly. It's good to have you here as well. But yeah, it's very exciting week. We are there's a couple more people. Anna is here. We have another Facebook user here. So if this is you, I would appreciate in case you head over to streamyard.com/Facebook. This would allow me to see your profile image and your name. It's just basically one click to a button where Facebook allows StreamYard to access your image and basically show it for me whenever you're doing any comments. Same for this person here. Hi to you as well. I would appreciate in case you click on the link in the description of this video somewhere. There should be a link, streamyard.com/Facebook. Click on it. This will make it so that I can see your name. Also, this person, I don't know if this is the same person or not, but I would appreciate in case you let me see who you are. Okay, we have also Joe Rodriguez saying what's up. It's good to have you here, Joe. And that's basically it for now. So I wanted to say this is a very exciting week. We are fixing the deployment system. At this moment, we are quite ready with some of the things for GroovePages. We had a problem with our servers where we cannot like push out the new updates. There is some server errors that our team is working on for a week already on trying and fixing it, and is just going quite okay right now. I can say that probably tomorrow or the next couple of days we'll have a deployment for GroovePages, which is going to fix some of the annoying bugs that you and I and everybody is experiencing, and we are going to be doing a lot more changes to it. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about the things that are going to be coming before I start answering the questions, so that it's just like a quick update for what's happening in the company. So let me just jump in and show you. The things I want to show you are going to be using the live version of Groove, because on the test servers it's not there anymore. So we tested those things and then we removed them, so it's not there anymore. But I'm just going to show you like quickly what is coming within, not only within this deployment that is coming in the couple of days, but also after that deployment. One of the things I am pushing for is more deployments more frequently. At this moment, we were struggling with doing that because this deployment system for GroovePages was not tipped up, was not 100% good. So we got that, or we are working on fixing that. But there will be all kinds of different bug fixes, but the things that I'm looking forward to is two things. I mentioned it already very briefly last time, but we are working on a new way the text editing is handled. At this moment, whenever you're typing in text and you press the enter button, the text after you press the enter key on your keyboard, it creates kind of a new box it just creates kind of a new element, but it's actually not a new element, because if you want to delete this, it deletes the whole thing. So what we implemented is a way to to more easily write text in the builder. So there will be 3 functions. One is just pressing the enter. When you press the enter, it is going to create a new line, but still the same element. Okay. There is going to be another thing. When you press shift and enter, it's going to create just a break. Like it's going to go in a lower line. It's not going to be space. It's just going to be like what you see on here. It's just continue to type, but it's going to be still the same elements. There is the first one. When you click enter, is going to be putting in a space, spacing between the 2 lines where you click the enter button. And when you click shift enter, it's not going to put in the space between. It's just going to go into a new line so that you can continue writing more easily. And there is going to be another option, which is going to create what we have right now, which is to create 2 different elements, but it will allow you to modify this element and even delete it separately so that it doesn't cause confusion with a upper element on here. So that's kind of a fix that a lot of you guys are looking forward to, just like easier way of typing in text. And another change that it makes me very happy, because I was asking for this from when I was a customer, and I actually did a request on the feedback portal, is whenever you select a text, you don't really have a way, or actually clicking on a text, you don't really have a way of knowing of what kind of text this is. Is this a heading 1? Is this a paragraph text? What is this? So it's whenever you click on any text in the builder, it just says text on here. So what we are working on is allowing you to select the part of the text and to choose if you would like a heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, paragraph, whatever. Similarly to what we have in GrooveBlog. Let me just show you quickly. In GrooveBlog, it's pretty simple to understand, but it's very kind of a big feature that is coming. So at this moment, if you select a part of a text on here, you have this drop-down menu where you can select the different options of what kind of text would you like. It creates different heading tags in the code so that the search engines understand that this is very important. So this is the heading 1. This is kind of the top text that I need to understand. If you make it heading 2, then you will be able to just click on it and then switch it this way. So that's also very exciting. That's going to come also within the next couple of days. And a big one that I'm very happy about also is when you click on a block. At this moment, when you want to, for example, click on your navigation bar and link to a block, we have block 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You cannot see it from my head, but you need to kind of count the blocks. So for block 1, block 2, block 3, block 4, and so on. What we're adding on is the ability to name the block. So you'll double click on here, and then you'll name this services. Okay. And then when you come over here to the navigation, you'll just select, okay, link to the services block. So it's a small change, but it's going to allow you more customization and linking and interlinking between pages and blocks. And it's just going to make it so much easier for you guys. So that's kind of what we are working on. This is just some of the things. There is much more coming, but the majority of the things for GroovePages are going to be bug fixes and smaller improvements in order to get the builder back to its former glory. But yeah, I just wanted to share this, what we are working on, and why there's a delay with the deployment. With this out of the way, I'm going to go and then start answering the questions. There are a couple of questions that I mentioned in the Facebook group already on the announcement post, where I put up that there is going to be there will be a LemonAid, basically a Q&A session. Some people put in their questions already, so we're going to answer those first. I would appreciate, in case you are watching this live, just to comment in the live stream. We're going to get those questions after these ones. Varun is asking a couple of questions on here. First one is, I have set GrooveSell currency in the dollar, but when I'm going to make the payment online, it still shows in dollar. But when when times to deduct the amount it is deducted in INR. How is it possible? I don't fully understand what it means. So you set up the currency in GrooveSell in dollar when you go to actually pay in dollar, but it shows up in INR currency because your bank converts it. So it's like every bank converts. If it's not your local currency and you actually made a payment, it will show up in your own currency. Most probably that's the thing. If my product value is $75, but when it comes to deducting the payment, it deducts 75 INR. Okay. Not sure about that. I don't know about why this is happening, which equals $1. I don't know what do you mean by this. I would need to have more explanation, and I don't fully understand it. So you set up dollar in GrooveSell. You're going to go make the payment online. Okay, so you use your credit card and it creates the payment, which is still in dollars. But where does it show the INR currency, Varun? If you can just like point that out. If this is still happening, if this is something within GrooveSell and not within your bank, okay, it is not an issue with your bank, then reach out to support. If this is a problem that you think is tied to GrooveSell, then our support will be able to help you. But if it is not, then unfortunately this is not something we will need to be able to assist with. Okay, another question. How can I delete the customer list from GrooveSell? You can't delete customer lists from GrooveSell. Customer lists are very important for all sorts of things, not only for you to be shown, but also for different transactions, for payment gateways are connected with them. There are other reports that are not visible to you that basically connect a customer that purchased with different services and servers. So you cannot delete it right now. We're going to have some options to clean up the customer list so that you can just manage them and hide the ones that you used for testing and things like that. But that's something for the future. At this moment, we are not working on those functionalities. But at this moment, you can't delete a customer list. Okay, so there's a question that I didn't understand earlier when I was reading it, but Varun's asking, what is the purpose of proof? Is it for showing actual proof of those who purchased our product, or we can show random users? This is the actual purchase or sign up of your products. In case you have a free product, basically a product with $0, and if somebody signs up with John Doe name, then it will actually show a proof pop-up. John Doe signed up for that product. So it's not something that you could generate randomly and like a fake proof pop-up. It's a real pop-up that shows up for those people that went through your checkout process. And would it be for a free product or a paid product? Okay, Melissa got in last minute, I believe, jumping through hoops and jumping line. Let's just answer this one, but this will be the last question I answer from this Facebook comment. So if you have a question, please put them in the live stream question box. Could you go over how to set up a help desk again with GrooveKart? I have tried to link it, but keep getting the message. I need to add the following records below the DNS stuff. I've added the information within the DNS setting inside Groove and nothing. Even went to my name server and did the same thing, nothing. I thought on how to get this working properly. But MX records are different, so you need to just change the MX records at this moment. Melissa, reach out to support, give them your details, because I don't want to do that right now. I don't have a GrooveKart store that has that doesn't have this setup yet. So reach out to support and tell them to basically forward the ticket to me. Then I will be able to go in and then record this for you. At this moment, I don't have anything set up so that I would go and show this DNS setup. But it's basically just following what the system says. If it says create an MX record, then you go to your GrooveKart DNS settings, and there you add a name record, MX, and then you just add basically the things that it just mentions on there. Also, support can assist you with this one. So reach out to support. They will be able to assist you with this one. But at this moment, I don't have anything in my GrooveKart accounts that I would be able to show this process. Okay, so that is with that. Let's just see some of your questions from this live stream. In GrooveMail, GrooveMember, how do I select a video uploaded in GrooveVideo? The only video options are YouTube and Vimeo. Okay, so this is GrooveMember. So what you would need to do is head over to GrooveVideo. I'm going to share my screen now. You need to go to GrooveVideo and copy over the embed code. Okay, so this is working with embedding of the elements right now. We're going to go and or actually this is coming now with the next deployment to Groove pages, and then we're going to add it also to GrooveMember. We're going to we created a universal video element. So it's going to be one video element where you select type of video, and then you can choose YouTube, Vimeo, Vistia, or GrooveVideo, and then you can choose your own videos with the drop down options. So that's coming with this deployment. And then within the next weeks, we are going to add that element in GrooveMember as well. But for now, you go into GrooveVideo and click Get Video button. This will give you this video embed code. So just click the copy button and head over to your GrooveMember account. You go into your memberships, and then you go open the builder. And in here, you use an embed code element. So you click to the plus icon to add, and you choose code embed. You drag out the code embed element. Let's just put it up here. And once that is here, you can click the cogwheel, paste in the code that you copied over from GrooveVideo, and click save. This is going to actually make it a video that you can play and publish out. But at this moment, you can see that this is it has a purple outline with embed your code here. This is just a placeholder. This is not how it's going to show up on the front, basically to the customers in front who log into your membership. This is just a representation that there is an embedded element or embedded video in there. So once you publish it out to go live, it's going to show like this to the customer, so they can click and play the videos. So that's about that. Let's see other questions on here. Okay, there's a long question here from Gabriel. Do I set up links? Do I set this up in GrooveKart or GrooveSell? Can you please show me how to set up the fastest way my links for the services I'm selling? Is there a way to set up fast and just make a template? All I have to do change the name and description of each service and the price for each service, and create and save a link to send my prospects for each particular service so they can pay the service before I get started working with each client. Can you show me how fastest way my links for the services I'm selling? I don't know what kind of services you're selling, but you don't really need to have a link for each of your clients. You can create a service of, I don't know, web design, and then you just create the product, one link, and it's going to allow you to have basically whatever. But maybe you're doing it for different pricing, maybe. That's just still the same link. You just go into GrooveSell and change the pricing. So if I would be doing that, I will show you how I would set this up. So I'm just entering GrooveSell on here, and I would create a product funnel. A product funnel would be basically kind of the folder that keeps all the services. Let's just say a web design services, and I'll keep this as an internal name as well and description. So the currency will be dollars, and I don't want it in the marketplace. So this is my product funnel. At this moment, we have one front-end product. You can modify this one if you want. You can just start from scratch as well with other products. But let's just say web design services. I will call it for John. So I'm pretty confident that you're doing this because you want to to have like a customized pricing for different customers. So let's just do John Doe website plus logo plus, I don't know, maintenance. I don't know how to write maintenance. Maintenance. I forgot the T. Maintenance. Tenants. I'm forgetting a lot of letters. Anyway, maintenance. There we go. Description. That's fine. So here, you can create multiple different price points for this one person, or you can create just web design and then you create for each and every person a separate price point. Okay. We're having trouble streaming to Facebook. This may be an issue on Facebook. Okay, let's just remove Facebook and let's just get them back. Sorry guys, I just received a notification that the Facebook streaming stopped. Okay, we should be back again on Facebook. Sorry about this, guys. For some reason, the Facebook streaming stopped. It got me a message that there is an error, and I really don't know what happened. But you could do this. You can create a separate product for everybody, or you can create just a separate price point. Okay, then you do this. You fill out the content. You create your product, and then basically in the pricing you can add on the pricing. Let's just say $500 for this price point, for, I don't know, John Doe website plus logo plus upkeep. I don't really want to type in maintenance. Anyway, internal name, these can be the same. And here is as well. So now you have a specific price point for one of your customers. Then you can, if you want to do it this way, you can go on and add a new price point for another customer. This would be, I don't know, Jennifer Doe. Okay, and then she would probably need website design only, and then you just create different price points. Once you go through your checkout process, then you're going to go and see the checkout builder. So you need to make your product funnel live. Then you will be able to click on this checkout cart, and then if you click on tools, checkout forms and links, you'll be able to create these checkout links for the specific price points you created. So it's going to look like this. So you select your product funnel that you created, you select your price point that you created on here, or sorry, these are the products. So it's going to say like web design, logo design, whatever, and then you go into this particular product and you create a checkout link. And in this funnels, in this products checkout setup, you're going to say Jennifer Doe link. You set it up how you want it, like different steps, one-step checkout, multi-step checkout, and then here you select the price points. Here you will select not John Doe's pricing for website, logo, and everything, but you will set up only for the website design. You turn this on, and then you can go on setting up the rest of the form. Once you're done, you're going to get a nice little link that you can share for a purchase page, or you can also get an embed code which you can embed to your pages. But that's basically it. So you can create different links for different customers if you want it like that. Not sure if this explains it, but probably that sorts it out. Okay. And then you can, for example, for one of your products was web design, you set it up, you went through fully, then you can go and clone that product basically in GrooveSell. Let me just show you one more time in here. So you can go back to GrooveSell in your product funnel, and then you can clone the products. So you can clone the product by clicking on this button on here to clone. This will create an exact clone. So you can choose which funnel to clone it to and what is the product name. Once you're done, you can actually just have two products, and then you go and change the other one for not web design but funnel design, for example, and then set up different price points, set up different descriptions, and then you're good to go. So hopefully that helps. Tyrone is here as well. Looking forward to learning with a few things today. Thanks once again. No problem. My pleasure. Ron is watching us. Hey Ron. Ivor is here. Nick is here. Okay. Is it possible to change the default 404 page? We don't have that functionality yet. It shows up when we enter a page that isn't mapped out in our domain. Would love that kind of feature. It's somewhere. It was requested a couple of times already in the feedback portal. If you would like to have it, you can head over and upvote it. It's not a top request. We do have some plans to add it on in the future, but at this moment we just have kind of other priorities. But head over to the feedback portal and request it. The higher it goes, the higher it shows up, the sooner it will get done. Best way to use hidden product in GrooveKart for upsells. Disabling display product on website stops upsell from triggering. URL search only causes upsell to crash. Facebook only seems to work. Good question. I haven't tested this one out yet, but basically creating a category that doesn't really show up in the store. This may require a bit a new functionality, a new kind of hide from store but still allow it, or kind of tweaking in the dev side of things. But let's explore together. Let's just go into GrooveKart. I'll share my screen in a second. Let me just get in there first, and then there we go. But I like this. I like that. I like that you went out there and actually tested out so that you can provide some things, because I would probably just say like hide it from the store. But now that you tested that and then it doesn't really work, I have something to go with. So what I would probably try and do is create a category and try to hide the category somehow from the store, and just like not mention it anywhere. Let's just say I have this girl loves to groove tank, and I'm selling it for $21, but I want to clone this product and sell it as a bump product for when somebody buys these shoes, for example. So I would do this. I would duplicate this product, and I would go and edit that product itself and create like a lighter version, or a like a cheaper version of that product. So let's just refresh. Let's find that product that was cloned, that was duplicated. Here we go. Copy of this girl loves to groove. So I would just set this up as the bumper. Let's just do this. So the first product, the one that I copied from, I want to still be selling on my store, but this bump I only want it to show on the actual bump of a specific product. I don't want it to show anywhere else. So I would probably add a new category, bump products or something like that. Bump products. And we have a new category on here, which I love, which would be probably somewhere on the home, create. And this would be the actual category, bump. I believe it's saved. Okay, tags, t-shirt, category. Let's just type in home. Bump. Not sure why it doesn't. There we go. One more time. Facebook streaming stopped. I have no clue what's happening with Facebook. let's just try to add them on one more time. Okay, I'm going to do an announcement. Give me just 1 second, guys. Okay, so it seems that Facebook is back. Facebook streaming is back. I'll just do an announcement quickly. Everyone attending the live Q&A please head over to YouTube, Facebook streaming keeps crashing for some reason. Not sure why. At this moment, it seems okay, but we lost half of our viewers. Let's just do this. I could have given them the link. Give me just 1 moment. I will do that. Here we go. Edit post. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I don't know what's wrong, but Facebook seems to crash today 2 times already. So yes, in GrooveKart, let's just see if we can move on. And here there should be an option: choose where to show the products, URL search only. Maybe to use this URL search only, because this basically hides it all over the site. It is found if you type in the URL, but it actually doesn't show up on the store. So maybe this is what you would probably want to set up. I don't see that you tested this out. You say oops, this is a wrong comment. Best way to okay, display on product website stops upsell from triggering. URL search only causes upsell to crash. Okay. Facebook only seems to work. Not sure about that. This is what I would say, but I don't know why it keeps crashing. So Tyrone, I'll need to look into it look into it once. I would suggest you reach out to support anyway. If you could create a short Loom video on how you actually see it crashing. This should be the setup that you use in this case. This is what I would use, but if you have found a video where it crashes, I would definitely suggest you reach out to the support. They'll forward it to the dev so they can work on it. But at this moment, I wouldn't be able to recommend anything else other than this one, because that is logically the best possible choice. And I think you also tried that one yourself. So yeah, not much of a help, but I would highly encourage you to record a short Loom video or a screen recording and share it with the support so they can understand what is actually and how it is crashing. Okay. When you create an automation and want someone who purchases a product become an automatic affiliate, it lets you pick any product and price point on the trigger. But when you make them an affiliate, it asks for a specific product and price point. But when you make them an affiliate, it asks for a specific product and price. My question is, do you have to create a different automation for each price point for the affiliate, or do you set it up where you include all the price points in one automation? You can test it. I didn't test it out. I saw, Rob, you reached out to our support team, and I went into your account and I saw your products. You have quite a lot of products and you have quite a lot of different setups. Some of the setup you did right, some of the setup you didn't do right. Basically, you did overrides. You don't do an override and expect the automation to do its own part, because the override basically does an override. Like, that is the final thing. If you override, If you set up somebody in an override, it basically just gives them that commission and nothing else. So the automation will not fire. That was your issue where you reached out to support. There we go. Facebook crashed again. Not sure. We'll just continue without Facebook this time. I don't really know what to do anymore. But when you're setting up an automation for adding somebody as an affiliate, it doesn't really matter if you choose them separately or just do any price point and you do more price points at the same time. I would definitely test it out and not rely on luck. Just play with it, just see how it works and what it does if you set up this, if you set up that. I haven't tested it myself, so I wouldn't be able to say like this is what happens, but I encourage you to try and set it up in different variations so you see if it works or not. In GrooveMail, I can't get the automation for integration. When a lead gets added to a list, trigger the MailChimp integration to add the MailChimp list to. It's a known bug, or am I doing something wrong? Other parts of the same automation are working. I'm not quite sure. I have set up, when this integration system came out, I have set up a couple of automations with integrations and they were working nicely. So I don't think that we did any change to the automation since then. This was basically when GrooveMail was taken off, was turned off from sending, then we added these integrations and it was working nicely. If it is not working, it may be due to some changes, or I don't really know what could be the case, but reach out to support and have them look into it, because at this moment I can confidently say that we didn't do any changes to it. So this would definitely need to be looked into for your account. Will the GrooveKart upsell eventually have the option to add quantity selector? Currently can only upsell a fixed quantity of a product during one-click upsell. That's interesting. I don't remember seeing a quantity selector for the so I'll just share what I'm doing. So what I would do is I would go into the actual visual builder and there see if there is an element for quantity. So in the builder, but I'm confident that you already tested it out. Let me just do my part. Pages, if we have an upsell, let's just use upsell layout. This one, we have this size, but let's see if there are any elements, upsell elements, product review, product pricing, upsell description, product variation. No, thank you. And other total cart price. That's a new one. If we head over to the product page, do we have product description, instant checkout, bump, product bundle, pricing, quantity discount? So we have on a quantity selector. So we would probably need a quantity selector on the upsell page as well. That could be a request as well. So if you would like to see this, head over to the feedback portal and request this, because at this moment I don't think it should be hard to add just a quantity selector element. Product variation we have, but we don't have a product like a quantity selector. So I don't think this should be hard to add. So it can be easily done, in my opinion. I'm not a developer, but I believe it. If you already have it on one page, why not add it on another page as well? So definitely request it. It could be done pretty fast. iMusic Academy saying I just signed up today for a lifetime. Awesome, great. It's good to have you here. Having a little trouble with the webinar, adding the correct countdown and changing the picture on the form. I don't really understand what webinar. Which one are you talking about? adding the correct countdown and changing the picture on the form. I don't know what changing the picture of the form mean. What kind of form, and what do you mean by correct? I don't fully understand any of your questions. If you could give me more information about that, I would appreciate it. Otherwise, at this moment I'm having trouble answering your question because I don't know what exactly this is for. So in case you have a specific webinar, a specific picture on a specific form, I would appreciate if you could give me just some more info on that. Question: is there a written manual for all things Groove? No, we don't do training manuals at this moment because the platform is changing so much. Let me just show you some of the things that we are doing as well. Basically changing the UI completely of all of our apps, and we're adding on new apps, and it just doesn't make sense for us to create a documentation where we invest hours and hours and days and months and years for creating documentation where we do like, and then you click here and then you go here and then you do this and then you do that, because it's completely changing. Like GroovePages is changing, GrooveMail is changing, GrooveFunnels is coming, everything is going to be changing very soon. Even GrooveMember. Now, a lot of people created trainings on GrooveMember. I created a training on GrooveMember, and this is going to be all irrelevant within a couple of months, because the whole UI is changing, and it just doesn't make sense for us to do any documentation right now and invest time, money, and effort into doing that. I know it's important for somebody that is starting out, but if you look from our perspective, like it's like it's basically doing something that you know is going to be like not worth it just a little bit later. So at this moment, that's our opinion on creating this documentation. And let me just show you some of the stuff that we are working on, which is kind of interesting. And this is a first sneak peek into it. Some of our founders didn't even see it, so I just want to show you. So I'll show you how it looks like at this moment, and I'll show you what we are doing with it. And I'm just going to point out GrooveMail. So when you go into GrooveMail, at this moment, it looks let me show you here. I'll share my screen in a second. Give me just one moment. Okay. Here we go. So this is GrooveMail. At this moment, you're seeing GrooveMail with leads, tags, campaigns, automations, form settings, and analytics on here. Whenever you go into something, this is how it looks like. And it's just okay, but it's good for a start, but it's not good for a company where we want to be and who we want to be. So let me show you the newest version of GrooveMail. Okay, so this is what we have right now available, and we will be turning it on. But as I said, within the next couple of weeks, this is what you're going to be seeing. So this is GrooveMail. This is going to be the first page on here, like this, instead of this ugly thingy. This is what you're going to be seeing. So it's going to be a proper email service provider, like an email marketing service. The dashboard is changing. There is a lot more options on here that you can see, that you can click in, the top campaigns and stuff like that. This is an overview on how it is going to be looking like when it's blank. This is how the campaigns will look like, much more clean, much more like everything is changing, and it doesn't make sense for us to do the like resources in print and in documentation with screenshots, because we're changing. This is just only one app. We have loads more. GrooveMember, I showed it earlier, like a couple of weeks ago. Actually, I showed a full-on change in how we are going to be having GrooveMember. And at this moment, it's just like any documentation that we create is going to be obsolete in just a couple of weeks. So these are your tags, categories, and segments on here. Beautifully designed automations. These are how the automations will look like very soon. Active, inactive. You can see it looks nice and tidy, and just makes sense. These are the new automation layouts. So is just like a better and a proper email marketing service. What we created so far, that you have at this moment, is good for starting out, but it's not good for like a long-term business plan where we want to go. So at this moment, that's my explanation on it. You answered this question before, but I was not sure of your response. The initial question is that is what is better to use subdomain for GrooveMember, GrooveBlog, etc., versus using a custom domain. So a subdomain can also be a custom domain. So I believe last week I did a full-on like explanation on this one. So if you type in ivor.groove.com, let's just say this is your subdomain, but you don't own groove.com. This is your subdomain that you can use on somebody else's domain. But you can also do your own custom domain, which would be ivor.com, for example. So that would be your own custom domain that you own. But you can do another thing, which is a custom subdomain, which would be livingston.ivor.com, which is you own the domain, which you own the custom domain, but you created a subdomain, which would be livingston.ivor.com, which would be all within your control. That's also possible. So the more you can brand with your own things, like for example, if you have your own custom domain, and the more you can use that one, the better. I'm not saying the GroovePages subdomains are bad or things like that. It's just that for branding purposes, for search engine purposes, it's better that Google finds your own brand. It's like Coca-Cola. If Coca-Cola would have built, as just a hypothesis, if they would have built a website on a subdomain, coca-cola.wordpress.com, for example, that would be driving traffic to wordpress.com, but they have their own kind of domain, which is coca-cola.com, which they can use for their branding, for actually boosting up their own domains with more trafficking and backlinks and domains and things like that, and not somebody else's. So it's always better to have your own. When starting, you can use somebody else's, but the sooner you shift over to your own brand domains or custom domains or even custom subdomains, the better. Are you still doing website audits? Is there a day when I can submit mine? I don't do website audits anymore. I will start creating the posts where you can paste your website links. I can do it actually today. What day it is today? Is Tuesday. Yeah, let's do one today, which is going to be a show and tell for GroovePages. We'll do another one on Thursday. Let's do it Tuesday, Thursday for GrooveKart, so that you can guys share your websites and get feedback from the community. I will personally not be doing a full-on video review as I was before, because I do have other jobs that I need to do. But at this moment, I will definitely let users give feedback and help you guys out so that you can create something much better with more opinions. Is it possible to see all of the system generated emails that have been sent to a customer, example, to confirm if tracking information was sent? You cannot see all the emails that were sent. These are system emails, and that would be quite a long log for that. I don't even think that there is somewhere you can manage what the emails will look like, but there is no logs that you can kind of control and like see what the emails were sent out. So let's have a look. So mail templates, if you go to settings, mail templates in GrooveKart, I believe this is where you modify of all the different emails that are being sent out. But yeah, as I said, there is no log where it actually shows you what emails were sent out. This could also be a feature request if you add this on the. You can go to GrooveKart, upper right hand side corner, hamburger menu, request a feature, and you can add this on here to GrooveKart feature requests. At this moment, I don't think it is planned. Like, we don't really have it planned, but yeah, definitely something that can be added, I believe, because I'm pretty confident we are already tracking that information, so we could also enable it. Like some of users already seen. I'm going to be doing an explanation, or basically a video about the deployment that we did recently. But now when you go to GrooveKart, we already show logs of different stores that were deleted. So this is like kind of a history of store deletions and why they were deleted, like the reason. But we could do something like that for the emails as well. That would be quite a lot of data on there, so I'm not quite sure if we want to do this or not, and what's the story on that. But if you request the feature, and if others would like to see that one as well, we could do that. When I sign up to my own membership to test, it sends me an email, but there is no login credentials attached. Would that be because it's free? Is there a way to edit the welcome email? So we're working on a custom welcome emails that should have been out, but there were some delays with the connection to our email servers. At this moment, this issue, I don't think that is connected to the one that I just mentioned, but that would need to be checked by the devs, definitely. So reach out to support, send them as much information as you can. What was the email? What was the membership ID or the membership link that you tried to sign up for? What is the email that you got? What kind of information was included in the email? I personally never received or never had any problems with receiving the emails. And I tested quite a lot of different memberships from users, from our own Groove created memberships, and my own as well. So this could be a new issue. If it is an issue, then our support will be able to look into it for you. Hi David, can you zoom in when you're going through your demo? It's difficult to follow when on mobile. Thanks. Yeah, everything is kind of difficult to follow on mobile, so I don't really want to zoom in a little bit more, because that's going to break the screen how I see it. Like the more I zoom in, the less I see myself, and it just breaks the whole kind of system. So I don't really want to zoom in. I found that 175, 150 works the best, and this is what most users see on their end as well. So I don't really want to zoom in more, because that's not going to be looking good. So and you can always rewatch these videos later on when you're on a bigger screen. Regarding MX records, if you're having issues with connection, just delete your MX record and create a new one. I had issues with this, and this helped me. Yeah, there you go, guys. So in case you were, I believe this was Melissa, and also, who did I see? Tyrone. I believe, yeah. So for the help desk issues for the MX records, just delete the ones that were already in there, and just add those information that the help desk says to include in the DNS records. That should help out. What link should I give to my customer to track their orders from Slingly? I'm planning to add the link on shipping email template. I don't know how the Slingly tracks the actual. Give Slingly customer support an email, or contact Slingly customer support and ask them about how the tracking is handled. Once you have that information, I'm pretty confident that it's very simple to set it up in GrooveKart. And also the Slingly team is very familiar with GrooveKart, so they can help you very easily. So please reach out to them. At this moment, I don't know how they handle the tracking and what kind of parameters they give you for tracking. So their support will be able to assist. Question: will GrooveWebinar be basic equivalent to Zoom? No. GrooveWebinar is going to be a webinar platform. Zoom is kind of a conference chat call platform. Zoom with extra functionalities. We don't want to compete with Zoom. Nobody can at this moment compete with Zoom. To be honest, I mean, there are companies that sort of compete with Zoom, but we are not, that's not the way we are going. We don't want to be the go-to place for all kinds of video calls on the internet. That's not what we want to do. We are creating a sales platform that will allow users to be able to sell easily things online. Webinars are created as a sales tool, where you create a webinar, you have a presentation, and you most of the time you want to sell something, and that's basically something that we want to focus on. There are companies out there that want to focus on communication. We want to focus on the sales perspective of all our tools. So if you have a tool that is related to sales, and if you have a question, will Groove do it? Very, very high probability that we will. But in case you have thought about something like a social media plugin for something, most probably Groove will not focus on that, because it's not really tied into online sales, and we want to provide the best tools online and in the world for sales. So that's what we are trying to do. I know that Zoom can be also used for sales, like clients and things like that, but it's not like a direct sales platform. Yeah, so here's, is it me or did we just stop streaming on Facebook? We stopped streaming on Facebook. Facebook was crashing a couple of times, so we had to just like leave it out. Hello, David. I've cloned my page that I'm having trouble with. Every time I try to change the size or color of the bullet point icon, site hangs and pop up wait or cancel. Is this something you can help with, or should I loom for tech support? I would say Loom for tech support, but I don't think that this is something that that they would be able to fix. There is a deployment for fixing the cloning of different components. Like when you clone a block, clone an element, there are different issues that show up, and our devs are already fixing that with the current deployment that will be coming. This will be fixed. So I don't know if this issue is related to that scenario or is something else, but definitely reach out to tech support if they see something that could be fixed from their end, that they will be able to suggest it to you. But at this moment, I just want to let you guys know, if you have any issues with cloning of things, any kind of component, would it be a block, container, anything on your pages, there is a fix coming for that very soon, and that will sort out the majority of this stuff. JV Broker, can I set up a 2-tier affiliate system for affiliates, and at the same time, if I had an influencer that agreed to promote it to their list, can I pay them an additional JV split? Can I set up a 2-tier affiliate program for affiliates, and then at the same time, if I had an influencer that agreed? So for JV split, you can do a custom commission override. You can say, okay, everybody that joins my affiliate program will get I don't know, 10% on the tier 1 and 5% on the tier 2. But in case you grab a special kind of affiliate or an influencer, and you want to give them more, you don't do kind of JV splits. You do a custom commission override, which will say, okay, everybody else has 10 on the tier 1, 5 on the tier 2, but this JV will get 50% on the tier 1 and 25% on the tier 2. This will make their eyes glow and they will be happy. So it's kind of a JV split, but it's not. It's just a higher affiliate commission for them. So that all you can set up in GrooveSell very simply. Basically, the default commission would be for everybody, and the commission override would be for those specific affiliates that you actually choose. They need to become your affiliates, and then you can add them into the higher tiers. In GrooveKart bump, the price of variants don't change. For Excel, the price is different. Yes, that has been the case. There was a fix for that one already, or there is going to be. Not quite sure if it was already pushed live, but our devs fixed that issue. So either it is already out, so you can recheck, or it is going to be with within the next deployment for GrooveKart. But yes, that's been addressed. Will be a video training when GrooveMail will be released on 1st of May. So Polo, there is a deployment or a release on May 1st. We will not do a training video. If you've seen the screenshots I showed you, this is something we want to implement. Here we go. Let me just here we go. Here, so this is the new GrooveMail, and this is what we are trying to, let me show you here. This is the new GrooveMail, and this is what the users will be seeing very shortly. However, we are working on this right now. This will not be available by the May 1st. It will be most probably finalized by May 28th. On May 28th, we're doing a state of the Groovion where we want to do an official announcement about these tools. We will be releasing GrooveMail slowly, and I mentioned that on the last Q&A. If you head over to the groovefunnels.com/infographic. May 1st, re-release of GrooveMail. The GrooveMail will begin to roll out to select users. We are going to be adding users slowly to GrooveMail. So we are going to be turning it on for our users because we don't want to overrun the system again with where we first need to like warm it up. So first the paid users are going to come, and then later on the free users and so on. So we want to be like doing it incrementally. So 1,000 users in a week, then so 1,000 users per day, then 2,000, then 5,000, then 7,000, and so on. So slowly increasing the number of users so that our IPs get warmed up properly, and then we don't really kind of again do the same mistake we did last time. So it's not going to be an official announcement on the May 1st. We are going to be doing a state of the Groovion where Mike, Donna, and the founders are going to be revealing the new GrooveMail. But for you guys to know, that's the plan. A lot of users will be getting access to GrooveMail, but a lot of users will be getting access on the May 1st to GrooveMail, but a lot of users will be getting access on May 2nd and 3rd and so on, because we just want to gradually increase the number of emails being sent out so that our new IPs, our new servers, our new platform gets kind of incrementally warmed up. We did a mistake first time, and we just don't want to repeat that again. Is the 2-tier affiliate option in GrooveSell the same as Groove 2-tier affiliate offer? So Gary, in GrooveSell, you set up the 2-tier affiliate offer for your own products. In Groove, 2-tier affiliate offer is something that Groove set up for their own products. Okay, so let's just say I am Mike Filsame and I created the product called Groove, and there I set up 2 affiliate systems, one for the free people, basically that sign up for a free account, and another one for a paid account. Okay, so these are 2 different commission structures. You can do the same for your own products inside GrooveSell, but that's not the same as what Groove has, because that's Groove's product, and in GrooveSell you set up for your own product. I don't really know what this means. Do you still have the questions? I answered some of your like one of your questions, Rob. So I believe that if it is here, I still have it. Okay, David, is it possible that clicking a button can make a block disappear for cookie notification? Yes, so our cookie notifications that we have in our blocks, they are set up that way so that when you click the OK button, it just like makes the block disappear. That has been custom coded into these alert bars. So in case you go to blocks, alert bars, you have this white one, green one, and then the gray one at the bottom, if you can see here. So this one, and this one, these were created as cookie notification blocks so that you can drag them out on your canvas and start using it. Let me just show you. So let's just use this white one. I'll actually scroll down to the bottom of my page and add it to as the last block here. So here's how I set these up. So you select the block and you click the pencil icon, and here in the positioning behind my big head, over here, you select fix bottom. That means whenever somebody is scrolling through, they will be seeing this until they actually clicked allow cookies. Let me just set up the background of this block to be white. Here we go. So, okay, let's just preview this page. So what this does is it actually creates a permanent cookie notification on here, which you cannot see from this banner. And if I actually scroll to the website, it's still there. So if I click allow all cookies, it disappears, and you can fully like browse around the website freely. So that's kind of the cookie blocks that you have yourself in the alert bars. In case you go design blocks, alert bars, and then these three on here, they are automatically set up to disappear once the button is clicked. And you can design those blocks where however you want. These are just some pre-made layouts that we created for you guys. If you use those blocks, they have already the functionality inside, so you can just modify them, change the colors, change the text, and if somebody clicks yes, I accept, or okay, or whatever it says on the button, and you can also modify the button, then it's just going to disappear, and you're still going to be able to use it, use the website. Okay, let's bring this back. Let's just see where we stopped. Can we access this stream on YouTube on my television? Yes. Not sure if you're still watching, but the answer is yes. David, is there any plan to release new awesome templates as usual in GroovePages? Yes, there are. There will be much less templates being released. Some of them we have added our designers to work on the other platform. Like for example, GrooveMail. This is created by one of our template designers. We're working with another designer that is working on other UI stuff, and we just added the designers that were working on templates to work on creating the user interface with our UI team, so that we can develop the software much faster than previously. We had one UI designer, then we got another one, but we need more help in order to move faster. So at this moment, we just took the template designers and we re-educated them in order to be able, in order for them to be able to help us in developing more UI much faster. So at this moment, we have one template designer, and he is cranking out templates, and you're going to be very soon seeing the new templates. Let me just show you some of those. But as I said, not as many as we were doing before. We kind of did a great base of templates, but at this moment we are kind of slowing down with the templates and focusing on more the software side of things. So one of the things we worked on is consultant pages or consultant templates, webinar templates. These are already done. So let me just show you some screenshots on here. So this is just a screenshot of a template that we designed. This is kind of a consultant funnel page. There is a appointment schedule. This is the video sales page for this consultant funnel. We are not doing any more super designed pages with all sorts of funky images and things like that. We're going to be giving you base versions that we know convert very highly, and then you can go in there and design and put in your own background colors, and everything on here is modifiable. At this moment, we designed quite a lot of our templates with different mock-ups and icons pulled in from different sites. We are completely stopping with that. We will never do another template with assets that you don't have built into Groove. So this is why we are going to be doing these easier and more like a wireframe version templates, where you can go and like modify everything within Groove. Even the images that you have here were pulled in from the image library, so you can just use those in case you don't want to use your own images. So all of this is just created as funnel pages. We are doing all sorts of different funnels for like webinar funnels and consulting funnels and things like that, which have different kind of flow, and each and every funnel template will have its own flow, and we want to give you more of those like pre-built flows, so that if you are like, okay, I'm a consultant, I just need a consultant funnel, give me a quick template, I will change the stuff quickly, and I will have a full-on funnel, and not the ones that we designed previously with a lot of custom designs, a lot of different funky images. We will not do any more of those templates, because it may look good, but it requires a lot of tinkering with. This one doesn't. So yeah, as I said, templates are coming, not as many as we had previously, because we want to give you the best possible software first. But once we are done with that, then we're going to go back to template designs. Is GrooveMail going to integrate with ChatMatic and GroovePages? GroovePages, there is not really an integration needed in there. What you need is a form, basically, that you can put on GroovePages. That's coming out with a recent deployment in to GroovePages. We'll add on another element which is called GrooveMail form. So when you drag out the GrooveMail form to GroovePages, it's going to connect directly to GrooveMail. You're going to select your form that you created in GrooveMail using the drop-down menu, and you just select the form. It's going to show up directly on the canvas, and you'll be able to modify everything inside, like the placeholder text colors and the text size and the borders and the button colors and the button text and things like that. So all of that you're going to be able to modify on there. So yes, that's going to come with the next deployment. And ChatMatic, that's being constantly worked on. We're working on the integrations and webhooks and all sorts of stuff, but yes, that's coming as well. Hi David, Chris here. Having troubles with clone page. I tried to change size, color, of bullet icons and site hangs. Okay, I believe I mentioned that one earlier, Chris. Please reach out to support and talk to them about that. I mentioned that we are doing a deployment that will fix a lot of these cloning issues, for cloning blocks, cloning containers, cloning different elements. There's quite a few issues on there, so we got the developer to tackle all of those cloning issues. So that's coming, but I'm not confident if your issue is related to that or not. So please reach out to support anyway, so they can look into it for you and assist you if this is something that can be done from our side. If it is more a dev type of thing, then you'll just be able to change that within a couple of days when our deployment goes out. It's true, when GrooveMail becomes live, only those who are generating sales will have access to it. Any reason why a selected few will have access? No, that's not true. I just mentioned it earlier. Could be that you didn't hear, or your question was before that. We're going to be slowly rolling it out to users, because we want to warm up our IPs and servers. Everybody will have access to it, but paid members will be the priority. So in case you're a free member, you may want to upgrade to get access to GrooveMail as soon as possible. Is there a way to migrate the site from WordPress to Groove without having to rebuild pages one by one? At this moment, not really. We have the page importer, but it just doesn't import pages very nicely. The system that converts the code is in need of extra work. So at this moment, it we were focusing on actually fixing the bugs and adding on some functionality to make the builder much better and easier to handle, and the importer was kind of not as high as a priority. So at this moment we are not working on that one. So for now, the quickest way to import pages is to rebuild them within Groove. We will be having the importer fixed and up and running, but at this moment we first need our builder to be fixed and without bugs. I'm building 3 memberships currently. Will they still be up after these changes to GrooveMember? Yeah, so we're not changing anything to the current functionalities. Like, for example, some of you may have already seen the new functionality that we added to GrooveMember yesterday, which is the custom domains and also the responsiveness of the portals. So let me just double check on here and show you how that looks like. So when you go to GrooveMember in the memberships, where you can see all your memberships, you can click this drop down menu and click settings. The settings will allow you to select a custom domain. So custom domains are set up in the upper right hand side corner, my account, domains, and here you can add a domain. Would you like either for GrooveMember memberships or GrooveMember portals? So you can have your portals on a custom domain, you can have your membership on a custom domain as well now. I'll be doing an announcement with a demo on how to use that today. But for now, this is the functionality. It's the same as in GroovePages, it's the same as in GrooveSell and GrooveBlog. So you can easily set that up in case you already know how to do the previous for the previous platforms. What we also did is added on responsiveness for the portals. So let me just show you quickly on here. When you were logging into your portals before, it was looking nicely on desktop, but it was not very nice on mobile. So at this moment, whenever you're resizing it, it just starts to show nice on all devices, as you can see here, and it's something that is necessary for each and every membership to function properly. So we added that on as well. So Tyler, as you can see, we added these changes and not much change on your end. Is just additional functionality that is available now. So you don't have to worry if there are issues. If something happens with your membership, you can reach out to our support team, and they will be able to like shift the code so the newest code is running on your membership. Okay. How can I track conversions on a funnel if there is no affiliation link? You can track conversions with Google Analytics. There is also other platforms like Google Pixels and things like that you can put on different parts of your site. I did a training on how to run conversion tracking with Facebook Pixels. So if you haven't seen that, you can head over to a YouTube channel and type in Pixel here, and here's the training: how to track Facebook pixel conversions on GrooveFunnels. This is for Facebook pixel. I didn't learn how to do it for Google Analytics, but I imagine it is very simple because Google Analytics added on a funnel functionality. So if you go to Google Analytics, funnel conversion tracking, you can have a video or read through some of the articles on here. There is quite a lot that you can learn from here. So have a look. It's not that hard to learn this one, in case you already understand like what your funnel looks like, where the customer converts, and you can add some additional codes so that Google Analytics or Facebook tracks that many people came in on one page and that many people actually visited the other page. And that's basically what it tracks: how many people went to how many to the pages in your funnel. And then it also can check the conversion, basically who purchased and how much was spent, so that it gives you like the dollar amount as well of how many people purchased and what they purchased. So that's all doable. I did a training on Facebook's tracking, but you can also have a look online for other tools that can do that. Does GrooveMail eliminate the need for services such as MailChimp? It does, yes, it will. At this moment, the sending is halted, but it's coming back within the next couple of days. It's going to start rolling out on the 1st, that is Saturday, Sunday, and then onwards you're going to be getting access in case you're a paid member. So we're going to be, as I mentioned, adding it on for paid members first. Any idea when more Groove pages will be added? I don't really understand. I'm probably talking about templates. Templates are getting added probably next week. But yeah, that's it. Do you have templates for GrooveMember? No, we don't have. At this moment, we are going to be adding on the functionality first. Like at this moment, we were working on some custom colors and adding on the ability to add on a logo to your login pages and things like that. We're going to have a couple of versions of the login pages so that you can choose which one you prefer. You'll be able to change your button colors and your accent colors, and then make it within the layout that we have right now. You'll be able to change the pink colors to your own preferred colors, and then change how the login page looks like and things like that. So this is kind of the first step into customization of your memberships. But for the actual members content area, we don't have different layouts, but that will be coming later on. Regarding GrooveBlog, when I try to post in Facebook, the open graph image and description is not appearing on the Facebook. Joseph, feel free to reach out to our support. Maybe there's something that is not working properly, or maybe that you missed. Or you can also report it on the feedback portal. If it is a bug, the reporting it on the feedback portal will help. But at this moment, I didn't have issues with that, so it could be that it just takes some time for it to update. I know that once you set up your image and the title and the description for the social share information, it doesn't work immediately when you're testing out. It takes some time to actually be recognized by the social media platforms. Can you add titles over text to the carousel images? Carousel images, you cannot add any extra content on there. The actual images are the content that is getting as a slider. So I'm pretty confident you're trying to do a slider as a background, and then you have different blocks that slide over. That's not possible at this moment. We do have that in GrooveKart. We do have a slider option in GrooveKart, but we don't have that in GroovePages yet. Is there a way to test and see how clients are seeing the membership that you have created? Yes, Ivor, that was a functionality we added on recently with login as. So now when you go into your GrooveMember, you can click the actions drop down over here, and you have the option to log in as. You can log in as an admin to see how the actual membership looks like when you're an admin, and this will also help when you're moderating the comments. We have the comment option for the membership. So when you have it turned on as an admin, when you come in and log in as an admin, you'll be able to moderate those comments. If, for example, some of your users reach out to you, this and this is not available through my account, then you can just clearly come in here and click login as a member. You get their email address, and then you can log in and impersonate that member to see exactly what they are seeing on their end. So that has been added already, and you can use that functionality. I use this very often when I'm using when I'm assisting other users. Most of the times I was doing that with some of the people that we had on the GrooveDigital Presents, like Alicia Little and some other people that presented that had built their memberships through GrooveMember. I was assisting some of those users through this functionality, and it works great. Where did I stop? Trevor saying, I use Infusionsoft and it doesn't integrate with Groove. Yeah, Infusionsoft kind of does the same things as Groove. We don't integrate with them at this moment. That is already on the list for their email platform. Like we will have connection with their email platform, but that's coming in the future. Is GrooveBlog like a wiki? GrooveBlog is like a blogging platform. It's like a minimized version of WordPress. We're getting to much stronger blogging platform, but at this moment, it's not properly a wiki. It's for blogging. It's for putting out content and for content marketing mostly. But you can use it also as a wiki, or you can also post your podcast on it, for example. That's kind of it. Thanks, David. Have to drop to do my real job for a while. Looking forward to watch the rest of this session later today. Awesome, Tyrone. It's good to have you here, buddy. How so I use integrate form from a third-party company, as in HTML opt-in form, where we can assign fields like in ClickFunnels. I don't want to use embed code. You can use Zapier, for example. You can create the form in GroovePages and then connect it to Zapier and then send it to Infusionsoft that you're using right now, or company's HTML opt-in form. You cannot use an embed opt-in form from Infusionsoft or other platform without the actual embed code. Embed means you want to inject some code onto the pages of the builder, and if you want to do that, you need to use an embed code element. There's no way around that. What is GrooveVideo? GrooveVideo is a platform which allows you to put on your videos and use those videos from the Groove platform on your sales pages and memberships and things like that. So this is kind of a video player that will also enable you to do marketing related activities with it. For example, you'll have the option to embed, like in the middle of the screen, you'll be able to put in a form, and the users watch the video, and if they want to continue watching the video, they need to put in their name and email, for example. You'll be able to do tagging with it, and you'll be able to do all sorts of different sequences, like if somebody watched the video until 25%, send them this email. If somebody watched the video until 90%, send them that email. So it's going to allow you to kind of maximize your marketing, like the efforts, and like communicate with those people that do certain action much better. What is GrooveKon? GrooveKon is it's a real conference that we have. Sometimes it was not done this year. It was done in the past years, where the actual Groove community comes together for a conference, and we do all sorts of different stuff. I personally haven't been on any, because when I joined Groove, it was already past the GrooveKon. So I don't really know what is happening on the conference. I actually want to be there myself on the next ones, but at this moment, it's basically a conference where a lot of experts are talking about improvements, marketing strategies, and things like that. And it's just a fun place to meet other Groovesters. What's a JV option broker option I saw in a previous session? JV broker link is just a link that you give to your influencers that don't really want to use the platform that you're selling. Don't really want to kind of buy the platform. For example, in Groove's case, the JV broker option is when we find somebody that is doing really, really good affiliate promotion, but don't really need our own system. So we give them the JV broker link, and then they promote that. That's kind of the JV broker. So it doesn't really get them to use the platform in order to promote it. That's JV broker link. I know Groove is not competing with Zoom, but we'll still need to keep Zoom when all the different benefits of GrooveWebinar come. You'll be able to use GrooveWebinar for different purposes. This is basically a webinar platform. We will be adding some instances that we will call Groove Conference as well. It's like live streaming without actually pushing out the video anywhere on a live server. So it's going to allow you to invite a couple of other people and just share the video that you're kind of seeing yourself. They will also see that video on their side, but the video feed will not go out to any kind of player or any kind of service out there. That's Groove Conference that we are trying to do in the future. There was a little bit of talk about that on our past Groovy on Session Rub, so you may want to check that out. But we will not do a Zoom where you can invite hundreds of people and then do all sorts of different option and drawings and things like that. It's just not the way we are trying to go. I've heard SEO juice that you get on Groove site is great. It probably has much to do with their Alexa rank. If you could use a custom domain, does that mean that decrease much? Well, you want to rank Groove's domain or you want to rank your own domains. Like when you buy your own branded custom domain, that means that you're going to get link juice starting to flow in for that particular domain. You want to start branding yourself, not Groove. So whenever you rank on a Groove subdomain, for example, you do give the option for the visitors to see your page, but it's still the Groove's domain. So you may want to like use your own domain so that it actually shows up in the search engines and people link to your own custom domain and not to your own Groove subdomain. So it's always better to use your own, maybe not at the beginning while you're still in the testing phase and things like that, but definitely changing your own or changing to your own domain is always much smarter decision. Can I bring in new fonts? We don't have an ability to upload fonts. We are adding in the Google Fonts API with this new deployment that is going out within the next couple of days to GroovePages. So you'll be able to use all of the Groove fonts, and it's going to be with an API that doesn't call all the fonts to be loaded when the page is previewed, but it will just call in those fonts that are added on the page, which is not the case with a lot of different website building platforms. We're going to make it faster to load the pages with not pulling in all the unnecessary fonts. Why does my formatting sizing of text color background not stay when I switch from mobile to desktop view in GroovePage? That's most probably because you need to set it up, but I don't really know how it was done. If you are setting up your own blocks and everything like that, and if you have a single screen override mode, it's going to only do that for one screen. But in case you're doing it like a sizing of text, color of the background, it should apply for all the actual screens. I've seen instances, and this is getting a fix when you set up your background color on the desktop device and you switch to the smaller device, that the actual background color is kind of overlaying everything. So you may need to go into your background color settings and shift the transparency or the opacity slider so that you can see the content behind. That could be the issue. I don't really know what exactly is happening on your case, but it could be the single screen override. It could be the background issue that I mentioned that is getting a fix. Yeah, I believe that those two should be the ones that will solve it. Is there an SEO tutorial for GroovePages? SEO tutorials are kind of general. So what does SEO kind of do? SEO, what you do on page in the builder is putting in your metadata, like a meta title, meta description, the meta keywords. Also, you can work on the social share information, like the OG settings for the title and the image, and then to use keywords in your content to also manage the heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, to just have a nicely styled website, fast loading website with smaller images, And that's kind of a general setting. It's not related to Groove. It's for any website, for any kind of content builder out there on the internet. So that's kind of the on-page SEO, what you do. For that one, I did a couple of trainings, but I didn't do a full-on tutorial for that specifically. There were talks from Simon Leong during the Groovathon about that. So in case you're a Groove member, you should have access to the Groovathon recordings as well. Check those Groovathon recordings. You should have gotten an email with the access details to that one. There you'll find SEO trainings. Simon Leong was a person that worked in Google, and he really knows his stuff around SEO. And he also said SEO is general. It's not related only to GroovePages. If you go into your page settings, you see the meta title, meta description, social share settings. That's kind of it. Changing your titles to make sure you have an H1 title tag on your page, then your content nicely broken up into different headings and the paragraphs and things like that. That's basically what's helping the SEO. I use Infusionsoft, which Groove doesn't integrate with. I would like to use the HTML code and then parse data from the code so that I can align it with the fields from Groove, similar to ClickFunnels. We don't have those options as ClickFunnels does. You can embed your form. You can also use Zapier, but we don't have this parsing of the data. Are you going to add more content to Groove Academy? We hired another person that is going to be doing trainings. His name is Elliot. You may have seen the announcement, the community announcement video, which we did 2 weeks ago. Elliot is already starting cranking out content. He's doing the new onboarding videos and new we call it drumbeat videos, where we just introduce the functionalities in a quick drumbeat video where like quickly you can learn what one platform is about. For example, GrooveSell, some features. You can see how it is working on the screen. It's like introduces basically the platform quite quickly. That's what Elliot is working on. And Frank, you also could have met him on Groovathon, and also some of you that have seen the Fast Start Marketing Lab. Frank was doing all sorts of different presentations on marketing and e-commerce. He's actually working on creating the membership platform, the GrooveMember or Groove Academy, GrooveDigital Academy within GrooveMember. So we're going to have GrooveDigital Academy, the newest version, on GrooveMember. So that's also exciting development that we are working on. David, my friend, huge friend, it's birthday today. His name is Nick Gurr. Okay, happy birthday, Nick Gurr. I wish you all the best. Hopefully you're going to use Groove and make your life much better. When I log into Groove, I see a complete white page with just a little G in front in the left corner. Is this normal? After I click on the G, the platform loads with options. So all I see the G upon login. Not sure about that. Could be that this is caused by some of your Chrome extension. I haven't seen this issue myself, but please report it to please record it. Like, if you could, please do a screen recording and report it to our support team so they can see what could be the issue. But please try to do it in incognito window. In incognito, your Chrome extensions will be deactivated, and this is most often the cause where people see all sorts of like unusual stuff. So try to do it in incognito window. Are there any plans to add various internal webhooks and automations in Groove that would reduce our need to use and pay third-party platforms like Zapier? Yes, we're adding on webhooks. We will be adding on webhooks. That's not at this moment the highest priority. We are developing our public API that's going to allow platforms like Public Connect and Integrately and Integromat and SpiderSync, or what their name is, to connect to Groove. And we are also going to be adding on webhooks shortly after that. But at this moment, the public API is the thing that we are developing as a first priority. Are we focused on mobile-friendly pages? Desktop version looks good, but sometimes mobile ones are bad, like good CTA and headline, which is proper sized. Well, this is a drag and drop builder, and it allows you customizations on the builder side of things. So that's something that you need to work on yourself. It's not automatic. It's if you're using the pre-made blocks and design blocks or the wireframe blocks, it's going to be easier to manage that, but you still need to do like changing of content. For example, some of the images that you will put in place of the other images that we already have on our template, maybe taller or maybe wider than what we designed originally. So you may need to adjust the content yourself to match all the devices. So that's something that you'll need to do yourself. Once you do the desktop version, make sure you go through all of the versions and adjust everything so that it looks good everywhere. Is the price going up anytime soon? Yes, definitely. We are not announcing it. There are not going to be announcements on that one at this moment, but yes, yeah, if it didn't already go up. The links in the member site portals are not working. I don't know what kind of question is that. What links? Member sites portals are not working. What member sites portal? If you can explain this. Basically, that's not a question. If you have something to report, feel free to go to the feedback portal and report a bug if you found something, but give me more information, because at this moment, this is not enough. Where, what, how did you try? Can you do a screenshot or a screen recording the best? If you could download Loom and you don't have to talk, or just record your screen or where you're clicking, what shows up. We would need to know that kind of information so we can get this issue fixed. If you found something, please report it on the feedback portal. Can you explain the services on the graphic design in Groove Marketplace? I can't really, because that's not something I'm providing. Reach out to the person that is doing those services. You can probably find the name of the person and then message them on Facebook or something. That's just not something that I have contact with. That's Groove users providing different services. So reach out to them. Can you make a video for Google Analytics for tracking conversions? I don't do videos anymore on this one, but I said it's just a general funnel tracking. You get a code, like you go into YouTube, have a look at Google Analytics tracking conversions, and just use that information for doing it with Groove as well. It's a general tracking conversion of pages and basically who comes to what page and how many people go on to the next page. It doesn't really relate to Groove specifically, so you can head over to YouTube and learn it like how others are doing it. Can you show in GrooveSell how you actually get the affiliate in the special override commission, that he will be the only one? I can get my person in there through automation. You actually did, Rob. I logged into your platform, as I said earlier. You did custom affiliate overrides for some of those people. In one of your funnels, you had 6 affiliates in a custom commission override. In the other one, you had 1 person. And in those cases, automations will not work, because you actually did custom commission override for that affiliate, and they cannot be bumped up or down in any case, because you actually gave them that thing. So you already know how to do it to give the override commission. What is GrooveSell tracking and custom domain portion, where you can add the custom domain? GrooveSell tracking is basically for creating tracking links. In case you go to GrooveSell tools, tracking links, you can create all sorts of different tracking links for your own product, for your affiliate links, for things like that. I have done a demo on that multiple times, so you may want to use the GrooveVideo search or just search through the group. You'll find videos on that. Are there any plans to add various generic full funnel templates and generic full basic membership site templates? So full funnel templates, that's something we are working on. I showed you some screenshots earlier. And membership site templates, that's something that we are not going to be doing templates for. We're going to be doing layouts where this is in the future. There is no ETA on the membership layouts, but yes, we will be adding more layouts later on. Can you please move the slider function carousel with title over to GrooveKart from GroovePages? You can head over to the feedback portal and request it. At this moment, not a lot of people requested it, so please upvote it and share it also in the group so that it gets done faster. What about email SendFox integration? You can integrate it with Zapier at this moment, but direct integration with SendFox we don't plan to do right now. It's going to be probably through webhooks or through integrations with Pabbly or Integromat or Integrately and things like that. But at this moment, direct integration from the Groove side of things we don't plan. How can I do fast track membership for a client who want to put their video training course online? Fast track membership for a client. There's no fast track. There's no shortcut to create a membership. There is a way to create a membership, which you go through the wizard step, and then you open the builder and put in the content. Once you're done that, basically the membership is done. There's no shortcut in how to do it faster than anyone else. So just go to the steps of the wizard, go into GrooveMember, create the actual membership, add the name, add the description, the instructors, open the builder, put in your content nicely, link to where you want to link, put in the video content and the titles and things like that, make the nice layout of the categories, subcategories, posts, head over to the access levels, decide how many access levels you want, basic, advanced, platinum, for example. Who gets what, you decide there. Once you've done that, you're basically done. There's no fast track for a membership. You need to go through step by steps. So that's kind of it. Why can't we use email from GrooveMail form to create affiliates? Because there needs to be a payment account connected with the affiliate system. You cannot. It needs to be recorded in GrooveSell, because GrooveSell is the one that handles the customer. So when you create a GrooveMail form, it's a contact, it's a subscriber, but it's not an actual buyer like in GrooveSell. So these two forms are the same when you're adding a person to a membership, but it's not same when you're adding a person to an affiliate platform, for example. So that's just not how it works. Since with BFM method, the front-end product is $0 because GrooveSell form doesn't provide much styling to match the web page. I get that. You can do custom CSS on that part if you prefer. There's in the checkout builder, there's a custom CSS field in case you want to add more design options in there. But at this moment, the two forms are completely different, and they don't one is creating a customer in GrooveSell, and it basically connects all the payments and all the everything together with that customer. The other form in GrooveMail is connecting a subscriber or a lead, and it's a different system, so that's not working together. You can request more customization options in case you want for GrooveSell as a GrooveSell feature request. GrooveVideo sounds very powerful. I don't see the option in Elements under Media. Can you embed GrooveVideo into GroovePages? Yes. So at this moment, we are, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, we are adding on a universal element, which is going to be called Video All or Video Element. And there you go and decide, would you like YouTube, Vimeo, Vistia, or GrooveVideo? When you click on GrooveVideo, you'll be able to bring in your videos automatically. But at this moment, we don't have an element for that. That's coming in the next deployment. I have an iPhone. The photos set in parallax doesn't show up on my phone, but it's okay on other devices. I was told it's a bug. It's going to be resolved. It's not a bug. It's the way Apple handles, Apple browsers are set up. On Apple doesn't really like parallax, and on there also on the desktop browsers of Safari, I believe the parallax doesn't work. It's just some things that Apple devices or browsers don't support, I guess. So They also don't support WebP images, for example. That's newest standard, which most of the page builders use. We also use that. Safari and Apple just don't like it, so they convert everything to JPEG, which is kind of a slower load. But parallax is because of the browser and the device. Regarding GrooveBlog, when I try to post a link from GrooveBlog in Facebook, the open graph image and description is not appearing on Facebook. I can see the link, not the OG. As I said, Joseph, this may be because of different settings may not be saving correctly, or it takes some time for Facebook to actually recognize. When you do it with any platform, it doesn't immediately work with Facebook, because it needs to like update on the builder side of things, and then in the social media it takes a bit of time so that information can be pulled over. Pratik is asking, is there any limits on video storage for platinum members in GrooveVideo? Yes, the video storage is something that we are actually paying for. It's not an unlimited cost. If you head over to groovefunnels.com/packages, is where you can see this page where it clearly explains like what you get as a free member, what you get as a lifetime member. And in GrooveVideo, it says here, as a free member, you get an option to have 15 videos. You don't get encoding, storage, and bandwidth. You need to bring your own, and you get a 5 GB per video upload limit. But with GrooveVideo, you get unlimited videos. You get free encoding, so that we do for you. You get 100 gigabytes for life, and you get 100 gigabytes per month of bandwidth, the actual serving of the video to the end user. That's also included, and this resets every month. And then 5 gigabyte per video for upload. But you can scroll through this packages options on here, and you can have a look for the limits of other platforms that we have. Are there drop-down menus for navigation bar versus the traditional horizontal list? We don't have drop-down menus. We have stacking of menus, but at this moment you cannot modify how the drop-down looks like. It's a thing that we are going to be managing very soon. But at this moment, when you create a navigation, it's just a horizontal bar. If you add in your pages settings, if you add on a like a page on a first level, and then if you take the next page and you bring it in a little bit, this is going to immediately show on your navigation bar your primary navigation, and there is going to be the drop down for the second level navigation that you pulled in. Basically, the page that you pulled in, it's going to show you as a drop down. So the second level pages, that's available, but it's not the whole navigation is changed by a drop down, so you can switch it that way. Does Groove directly integrate with Sendio, or do I need to use Zapier? Sendio is directly integrated to Groove already. In GroovePages, I'm unable to see the cogwheel where I could add the HTML code. Now it is not there. That is not quite correct. I just did it earlier. So when you have an embed code, it's always in the top corner. So you click here and you can see, oops, I'm not sharing. So you click on the embed code and it's always in the top left corner on here. This never moved, and it's not going to move anytime soon. So when you pull in embed code element, for example here, you click on it and then you see the cogwheel on here in the corner. That's still there. It hasn't been moved, and this is the same in all of our platforms, in GrooveMember as well. Let me show you. If I go into the builder and there is an embed element, there is a cogwheel, you click on it and you can see it in here. What is the best Favicon specs, PNG or JPEG, 16 or 32 pixels, something else? To be honest, it doesn't really matter. If you go into the site settings in GroovePages, it gives you the specs. So on here we have 32 by 32. Let's just try and delete this. Oh, okay, in here it doesn't give you the specs, but for example, if we select a different image, like for example, I don't know, we'll select this one. It's quite large. It's 932 by 697. Okay, so it's quite large. I'm going to use this as a favicon. Okay, I wouldn't suggest you to use something that large, but let's just publish it out and see if it actually works. Okay, so we're going to refresh. Once it loads, we should be able to see the favicon change in there. It is still loading. So on here, let's try to refresh. I'm going to do an empty cache and hard reload just to see if it actually works. Oh, here we go. You saw it changed. Here is the favicon. It's not beautiful, but it it still works. So it doesn't really matter if you're talking about GroovePages. There are other platforms that you can set up your favicons, and this is one of those is in GrooveMember. In GrooveMember, you need to go and edit your membership. And here, I believe we suggest a size, and I believe the size we suggest is 16 by 16. So if you go into the edit, and here in the design, so the next section, in the customize, we have a favicon, and we suggest here 16 by 16. Oops, not this one, but here. So favicon recommended size 16 by 16. Also, we have it in GrooveBlog as well. If you head over to the settings, you go to favicon settings, and here we also suggest 16 by 16. But in GroovePages, it doesn't really matter, as you saw from the demo I just did. When do we get deeper integration with webhooks API integrated? Right now, there's only one trigger or one option at the GrooveSell checkout. Sorry if you already answered that. There is no ETA on that. We're working on the open public API, and we are also working on the webhook system and the API system for the automations for GrooveMail. We are first going to be adding on ChatMatic, because ChatMatic requires some custom coding for bringing in information and sending out information from GrooveMail, and that is being worked on already. So that's the first thing that we will do, and once that is done, we'll have bigger scope that we can offer, like Zapier and public connections to GrooveMail and to the automation system that we have. So that's kind of being worked on. I don't really have an ETA for that, but that's just like, I would say, a couple of months if I would need to give a guesstimate, but at this moment I don't really have an ETA on it. In GrooveKart, any planning on add new headline designs? Yes, that's basically on the Trello board right now. I can show you some of the new designs that we are creating. Let me see if I can find that folder. Here we go. So let me show you some of the designs that we are creating. So these are in PDF because we will be uploading these to GrooveKart. So this is one of those designs. Let me just zoom out. So we're going to have the search option on here. Let me see if I can zoom like this. Search here, navigation below, logo on top, customer the profile, checkout or the shopping cart, different currencies and the different languages. We are doing this in the mobile version as well, which is looking like this. This is how it's going to look like, the navigation for the mobile devices. Then we have the second header. This is the kind of the logo where it comes: search, languages, currency, cart, navigation, and the account settings. Similar to the mobile, like this. GrooveKart header 3. This is kind of the layout: logo, navigation, currency, language, account, and that type of thing. Yeah, a couple more layouts. I'll just click on the desktop version so you can see quickly. Here, I like this one. It looks like a Etsy or some kind of a marketplace. Here, this is probably the one that I would use the most. It's just a minimalist. This one, definitely this one. So there is a top bar on here with the information that some people use only, but this is the main one that the people want to see. So and then there is one more. So 8 new versions that are going to be added to the builder. This one as well. So yeah, that's kind of it. I like the new headers. I cannot wait for using them. Is there a new site for is there a site for viewing community Groove pages for getting ideas, or best sites for or lessons learned? There is a place where you can go, and this is in the Facebook community. In case you search for see your Groove pages. There you go. So that's the post. See your Groove pages. If you type it in, then you'll find it in here. You can click on this post, and this is the image for it. Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to see your site creations, and this is kind of the show us your Groove pages. There's 270 comments with users leaving their site links, so that you can see a lot of different options that the users created, and you can see what they actually worked on. Simone Andrews, for example, look at this beautiful site. Amazing. It was all built with Groove pages, and even on the free version, as you can see here at the bottom, this one still has the, you cannot see it from the banner, but it has this Groove pages. This site was built with Groove pages banners. This was on the free account, so you can see how beautiful it is. It is kind of, I need to zoom in a bit. Beautiful. I love it. So yeah, see your Groove pages, and also if you type in see your GrooveKart, then you can find this one. The same for the GrooveKart stores. Show us your GrooveKart store. There's not as many, but it's still great to see what others created. Like, for example, have a look at this store. Life Hacker Help. This is all in GrooveKart. So there's that. We passed 2 hours, so I'm going to be wrapping it up for today. Let's just answer some of the last questions on here. There's 3 more questions. The last one is from Kevin Jacobson. Does Groove integrate with ERP 3PL or other? I don't know what these are. Logistics software. We're going to be having a ShipStation integration that is coming very soon. For now, you can use Zapier to integrate with all sorts of different things. At this moment, we don't integrate directly with these things because I haven't heard of those. So that's basically it. I'm working on a new marketing social network. They're exploring various integrations and or API like Shopify. Who I contact about future Groove integration? You don't contact anyone at this moment because we don't have any kind of API integration. Once we will have, then you'll be able to do the API integration from your side. It will be a public documentation that you can use in order to create connections to Groove. But there is nobody that you need to contact right now because we don't do like custom integrations. We'll be providing webhooks and API systems for companies like what your marketing social network is trying to accomplish, and then companies like that will be able to get our documentation and then connect to our own platform. So at this moment, there is nobody to connect to or contact, because we don't do custom integrations right now. So that's kind of it. We are going to provide everyone the ability to connect to us at the same time. So we are not going to focus on specific providers at the moment. That's kind of it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for being here. Hopefully I managed to answer your questions. I don't know what was happening with Facebook, so I apologize for that part, even though I cannot really do much about it. So thank you very much for being here, for asking your questions. Hopefully I managed to answer those for you. The next Q&A is going to be on Friday at the same time, same place. So hopefully Facebook will be working that time. But yeah, thank you for being here, and I wish you a pleasant rest of the week. Bye for now.